We're welcoming back to the show the CEO of Highfields, Brian Filson. Hi, Brian.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks, Bart.
Yeah, good to see you, and good to see you again. I saw Brian last week at the annual fundraising breakfast, the Strengthening Families Breakfast. That's quite a production.
Yeah, it's, I always kind of braced myself thinking that, there's going to be some kind of technical difficulty, but this year was pretty seamless, went really well, and yeah, we had a great, and thanks for being there, both you and Karen.
Yeah, it was really, I always enjoyed going because I think what Highfields does, sometimes it's difficult to communicate because there's so much, but you really do get a sense of the accomplishments by hearing testimony from people who've I guess, had their lives saved, literally, by being connected to Highfields.
Yeah, the stories are always pretty amazing. And, the story, the one that, you were there, Mary Jo, who adopts at this baby was newborn and then finds out all the issues, but then, and he's now a first grader, and you didn't get to meet him, but the night before I had dinner with him, and he's just a great little kid, but tearfully, she said, without services of Highfields, he wouldn't be where he's at today, and that's pretty gratifying.
Yeah, she adopted a baby that was drug-addled from birth.
Right.
The mother had been a drug addict, and wow, and just what she's had to deal with. And this is someone from Jackson.
Yeah, yep,
So.
You're exactly right. So.
Oh, by the way, congratulations to you. You were named the Michigan Federation for Children and Families Ambassador of the Year. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was a great honor. I wasn't at the conference because Bonnie and I were, out of country on a trip, and and so right before I left, they said, "Oh, by the way, you're going to be receiving this honor," and I'm like, "Well, wow, thanks." so it was great, and had no idea, but a very nice honor.
It is. And I think so well deserved. The other thing I got from that Strengthening Families Breakfast is how much you do and how vital you are to the organization. And it's been 18 years now.
Yeah, I've been just starting, my 18th year, and it's crazy. I did 22 years here in the county, and I'm fast approaching my 40th anniversary in the field.
That's awesome. Yeah. So the event, the breakfast, a fundraiser, and you had a really cool matching donation from the DART Foundation you announced. And it seems like they're always part of this, the DART family or
yeah,
foundation.
The DART Foundation has always been great to us. Claire Dart, was a volunteer in our school program, in the late 60s, early 70s. So she has always had a heart, and sadly she passed about a year and a half ago. But the DART Foundation continues to support us, and we're a legacy donor from them. So.
If you missed the breakfast, there's I think year-round opportunities to support Highfields, including I think you've got something coming up pretty soon, Giving Tuesday?
Yeah, Giving Tuesday, a lot of nonprofits, kind of jump on this, but we're very excited to once again kind of have, something that if donors want to support a very specific cause, Giving Tuesday is November 28th, and, pick the charity of your choice, and if you don't have one, then we'd love Highfields to be that charity for you.
Yeah, you're in, 16 counties?
We are serving 11 counties right
11.
now, 16 different programs. Yeah.
Wow. All right, so Giving Tuesday, but anytime you can support Highfields, you can visit their website to find out how. And I think you'll also be able to see some of these stories of families that have been helped. You've got, I think specifically for Giving Tuesday, you're planning to support a certain population of Highfields clients.
Yeah, actually, I'm not 100% sure, but I think we're going to be, looking specifically for support for our children and adolescents as we approach the holidays. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
You mentioned you couldn't be in person to accept your Ambassador of the Year award. You were traveling, and I think we were able to snag a couple of photos from your travels.
Yeah, so this is, we're in the Black Forest, and we were on a bike tour, and there's a medieval castle up on the hill in the background, and we I think saw, I don't know, 25 different castles that day, and had a great day. And so we're in Germany right here, and just the landscape, picturesque, just beautiful. The weather was great. It was our first time to Europe, and absolutely loved it.
It looks like you're standing in front of some fake backdrop.
I know, doesn't it? This, obviously the Eiffel Tower, and we were on a river boat, and I was like, oh, that's going to be a perfect picture. I'm going to try to time it perfectly to get the Eiffel Tower framed between the bridge there, and it was great. So
yeah, that's a neat picture. You don't see that perspective of the Eiffel Tower. What was your best experience or memory of your European trip?
wow, there's so many, but the Swiss Alps, Switzerland was just something that we both really liked.
I just yesterday talked to a couple that just got back from a trip to Europe, and they were surprised at the number of bicycles.
Yeah.
People, that's their main transportation.
Well, the Netherlands, 18 million people, and there's 21 million bikes.
Wow.
And compulsory, every 10-year-old has to take a bike riding class and get a certificate, and you can't turn 11 until you do that. So
that's a great idea. But unfortunately, Brian, I understand you had an encounter with someone who might not have taken that class.
yeah, I failed miserably. Had a bike accident. I actually ended up getting 6 stitches. Spent a couple hours in a Germany emergency room, and had quite the cultural experience.
Well, there's 2 types of cyclists: those that have fallen and those that will fall.
Yeah. Well, I'm in that latter category right now.
You've got openings right now, I think, all the time, but right now you're hiring in specific.
Yeah, the last couple of years, it's been pretty challenging. I will say, 23 has been much better. I'm seeing a return of people to the workforce. Most of our programs are up and fully running. Continues to be a challenge, particularly in our rural communities for master level clinicians. And, so that's here, Jackson and Hillsdale County in particular. And so looking, for lots of staff that believe in the mission of changing lives. And we got a great team, a great workforce, and we'd love to have you join us.
Now, we were talking with Gary and Chris from the Sheriff's Office. They're still dealing with COVID. They had 17 cases last week, and that's still it's still hanging around, still affecting Highfields.
Yeah, it really is. We have been very lucky in terms of our residential program, and continue to be. But we still have staff sometimes who need to take some time off or had an exposure or family member with it. But yeah.
I learned at last week's breakfast about some of the collaborations that you guys do. You don't operate all by yourselves. You, in fact, had a story of a young lady who got support from the ISD here in Jackson County, Lifeways, Highfields, and she talked about all the different people that came to her aid and how much you cooperate with all these other organizations. You're not in a silo.
Yeah, and that's a great point, Bart. I really believe that it's being part of a system that is going to really help make an impact in our community. And Jackson County is the perfect size and the perfect example of how well nonprofits and organizations like the schools, the courts, and child welfare all work together.
Well, if you want to help Highfields, or if you need help, it's just a phone call or an email away, and all the details, they're right there on your website.
Yep, website, social media. Love to have you follow us. Just give us a call and reach out.
Great. Well, great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks, Bart.
The CEO of Highfields and the Michigan Federation for Children and Families Ambassador of the Year, Brian Filson. Well, we're going to keep celebrating.